when they were just hunting animals, yes, it was basically for survival.
Yeah.
Do you realize that if they employ the same principle as you, where they say, oh no, we're not going to hunt that animal because we're going to hurt it, do you think they would have survived?
No. But I think just because we needed to do something in the past,
Yes.
that doesn't make it moral.
But you see the principle I'm talking about, the potential of life. A mother during the time of the Stone Age period, yes, or the Metal Age, or whatever age you go, yes, the value of the child has remained the same consistently for human beings, yes? Well, there are few crazy exceptions where they sacrifice children to their so-called idols and all that. That's different. But I'm talking about most likely in history, we have always valued human life before anything else.
I'm saying you don't need to value an animal as equal to you, not to hurt the animal. And to go back to your other point, though, about the fact that our ancestors needed to survive.
Yeah.
Just because something was a necessity in one context, that doesn't morally justify it in other contexts.
I know, it's still today, it's still very much
so
today.
For example, I think violence to humans is wrong, but if someone attacks me and I'm violent to them, that can be justified. But that doesn't make
That's
it...
a different thing.
That doesn't justify
that's a different thing.
justify it in other contexts.
My friend,
so,
look, should I tell you why it's not the same thing? When somebody attacks you, you have the right to defend yourself.
Okay.
You can defend yourself.
Yeah.
Can that baby who is in the womb defend itself?
That's not what I'm talking about.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you the difference between the value of human life versus an animal life.
I'm saying you don't need to value humans as equal to you, not to hurt the animal.
They're not equal. They'll never be equal. It's a higher status of value, obviously, for the human beings.
Point
no, it's not.
No, look, you do not need to value. If I have a dog here, and I have a knife in my hand, I could stab the dog. I don't need to believe the dog is equal to me, not to stab the dog.
I don't think that's what he was saying. Actually, what he was saying was before
priorities. It's a matter of priorities. That's all I'm saying.
For example, abortion.
Okay, well, I'm not telling you need to become an activist and start defending animals. I'm saying the obligation is to not cause unnecessary suffering.
The question is, why are you not an activist for the babies who get eliminated every year? On thousands of them, hundreds of thousands.
I value sentience, and I understand if you come from an area where you value life from conception, then of course it's more.
Well, I'm saying human life above everything else. That's what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying? Compared to everything else, and that's why I kept saying your priorities are misplaced. Now, for example, if you had, you brought in animals, you brought in an example of a dog, and okay, what if you had pets? What if a vegan had a pet? What would you feed it?
Well, it depends on the pets. A dog can be.
I'm talking about the dog and a cat, obviously.
Can live on a vegan diet.
Oh, so you're going to be abusive to the dog now?
What's your definition?
Just because of your principles.
Wait. What's your definition of abuse?
Abuse means, by default, a dog is a carnivore.
Omnivore.
Well, omnivore, okay, but not a vegan. No. Do you agree?
But
for you to feed it only vegan food, that would be abuse. Do you not agree?
No, but is there abuse if there's no harm?
No. Abuse means, you know what's abuse, right? Whatever its nature is to feed itself, whether it's omnivore or carnivore. Listen. An omnivore and a carnivore by nature is not a vegan.
I'm not talking about what's natural.
No, I'm talking about a pet who is not a vegan. You're saying that pet can eat vegan food.
And be healthy, yes.
Yes, but the question is that pet a vegan by default?
No.
So what you're doing is you're abusing its right to its natural. Now next time you'll be going, okay, let's feed the lions vegan food. Where does this stop?
Well,
where do you draw the line?
Do you think there's anything natural about having a dog in a house anyway?
You said not to harm any sentient being. By you giving vegan food to a dog who is not a vegan, that's harming it.
There's no suffering caused. A dog in a Guinness Book of World Records. Wait, no.
The dog doesn't go by your principle. The dog has his own principle.
Let me finish. A dog who's in the Guinness Book of World Records being the longest living on a vegan diet. There are many dogs.
What does that prove?
It means they can.
So you're telling me, wait.
Healthy.
Imagine there is a guy on the Guinness Books of Record and he's been smoking all his life.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you going to justify smoking based on that?
My point is.
No, answer my question.
No,
answer my question because you brought in the Guinness Books of Record.
False equivalency. I can tell you why.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're saying one example. Wait. You said one example of a Guinness Books record. Yeah. Yes. Does that justify all the dogs and all the cats out there? They become vegan. Seriously.
So no, because some dogs can't be on a vegan diet. I understand that.
All dogs cannot be, unless you orient them in such a fashion that you don't give them any meat at all, and you only feed them. They will eat anything to survive. It's the survival of the fittest in that situation. So you're making their life such that they have no alternative but to eat whatever is available. However, if you gave that dog and a cat a food which is natural to it, then obviously it will go for something which is natural. So it'll go for meat. No, it's not. Because what you're saying, a pet surviving on a vegan diet is an exception. It's not the rule. And exceptions don't make the rule.
What I'm saying is that all we care about is the nutrition.
No. All you care about, are you know, earlier you told me that,
Yeah, hypothetically,
wait,
hypothetically,
earlier you
wait,
told
wait,
me the
no,
animals
no,
don't speak to
look,
us. And now you're saying all we care about, so it became about you now.
What?
Not the
No,
dog.
Look.
Sorry.
If you were to acknowledge, hypothetically, let's say hypothetically,
Go on.
because maybe neither of us don't know much about this in terms of what a dog can eat, what nutrients
No,
they
we
need.
know what a dog can eat. Come on.
Look,
Don't say
you
neither
know
of
me.
us don't know.
Look, if a dog
Yes.
could be healthy on a vegan diet, would you accept putting one on a vegan diet, or do you still think it's wrong?
I'm saying it's wrong because that's not his natural diet.
Look, there's a big difference between what's natural and what's moral.
Okay.
There are plenty of things that I could point out that are natural that you would say aren't moral.
No, we're talking about food. We're talking about basic stuff. I'm not talking about other things. I'm
you
talking
don't, eat
about
your
basic
you don't eat
things.
a natural diet.
Okay.
Our
Why does
ancestors ate insects. Do you eat insects?
No, our ancestors
So-
could have eaten raw meat. Okay?
Do you eat raw
They could
meat?
have eaten raw vegetables. Even you don't eat raw vegetables. I know that.
Oh,
Okay?
I'll have a raw carrot every now and then.
Yeah, a carrot is not the only vegetable out there.
I know.
Okay? So don't tell me what our ancestors used to eat and not eat. I'm saying generally the diet, for us, we are omnivores by nature.
Yeah.
Okay, nature has given us enzymes which can digest meat. Why do you think that is?
Sure.
Why do you think that
It
is?
aids our survival.
Yes. So nature has created that in such a way
Yeah.
that we are able to eat both diets.
Sure.
In order for humans to survive, like I said, our ancestors survived not because of vegan diet, but because of meat diet.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, or fish diet, or whatever diet it is.
Sure.
Yes. Like I said, even today, like in very cold places in the north during the winter, they cannot survive on anything that is plant-based. They have to survive on meat.
But you don't.
I'm not saying me. I'm saying there are places in the world out there
Okay.
who.
That's
So,
irrelevant.
so what you're suggesting is everyone become vegan is impractical even today. Let alone our ancestors.
Look,
So in the case of animals,
No,
it's
you're confusing the
impractical.
definition
In the
of
case
vegan.
of humans, it's impractical. In the case of even our ancestors, it was.
Can I give you the definition of veganism?
I know what the definition of veganism.
What is it?
Okay, and look, for
Well, you
me,
don't then.
for me,
And
what-
even you
for
tell me
me,
what it is,
for
I
me,
won't tell
look,
you what it
one
is.
thing I've realized here is that what you kept saying is that according to us, when you said that, according to us with regards to the animals, the principle is according to what you want and not what the animal wants. You said they can survive on a vegan diet.
Yeah.
But I kept telling you that is not their natural diet.
I don't care what's natural. Let's just deal with what's.
If you don't care, why are we having this discussion, you know?
No, because there are plenty of things that are natural that we wouldn't see as moral today. Violence to other humans is natural. It's happened for thousands.
To me,
and
abortion
thousands
is
and
not
thousands of years.
abortion is violence.
Rape can be
but
seen as
what are you
natural.
doing
It's
about
happened
it?
for thousands
Nothing.
and thousands
You
and
could be
thousands of years.
you could be actively supporting
It's not
supporting
moral,
a pro-life.
it's not a- look, the
principle.
obligation is to avoid causing suffering. It's not to do a morally virtuous thing to do. There are plenty of things I'm not doing that I could be doing to help others. Okay, but the fact is,
If that is the main thing to avoid suffering,
I'm
then
asking-
don't tell an animal
I'm asking-
can survive on a vegan diet when its nature is not vegan.
I don't care what's natural. Rape can be seen as natural. It's evolved.
Rape is
thousands-
natural to whom?
All
To
of
whom?
us, all of us.
Seriously, you know, this guy is really
Do you wanna-
lost it
Do you
now.
want to let me respond?
This is
Let me
called
respond.
fundamentalist
Let me
vegan.
respond. Let me respond. You ready? You ready?
Go
It's
on.
happened thousands and thousands and thousands of years in our evolutionary past. It spreads our genes through the gene pool. It happens among all of the animal kingdom. All of them.
Who considers rape as natural? Who does that?
Right, which point do you disagree with? Do you disagree with the fact it's happened thousands and thousands of years?
No. Tell me who considers rape as natural today.
Scientists.
Which scientist?
Evolutionary
Name me one.
scientist,
Name me
Richard
one.
Dawkins.
Richard, no, he says rape is natural. When was the last time Richard Dawkins had rape?
Had a rape.
Yeah, he raped someone. Committed rape. Sorry.
You have to talk to the guy himself.
So don't say it's natural, okay? That is rubbish.
What are you talking-
Only a fundamentalist will say it like that.
Well, clearly you don't. You don't.
Sorry?
I'm not saying it's moral. I'm saying it's.
I can't hear
natural.
you. Wait. What is it?
He's not saying it's moral.
No, he said it's natural.
Yes.
Despite the fact that it's natural, people don't do it because
Wait.
it's not
What do you?
moral.
When you say natural means what? It means it's something which is a norm. Like me,
So, wait.
eating food. That's natural.
So do you think that everything that
When you say rape is natural,
look?
means what?
Do you think that everything that is a norm is moral?
Everything that's a norm. What do you define norm?
It's the popular opinion that happens.
That's not norm. Who said that's norm?
Look, the majority of people agree with it.
Okay, I'll tell you what. When you consider norm, for example, in your tradition, it's okay to shake hand of the opposite gender. Perfectly normal, yes?
Yeah.
You go to another culture, for them even to touch an opposite gender is completely wrong.
So in
So
this-
what do you wait? What you consider as norm
In this society,
might
it
not
can
be
be
the norm in
different.
another culture.
I know.
So that's why don't bring in subjective things.
But you're the one.
I'm
that
saying,
said
look,
that's-
animals by nature are not vegans. If you're going to
Some
impose, if you're going to impose a vegan diet on them, to me that is abuse. Now, whether you like it or not, That's not natural.
You can't have abuse without any exploitation or suffering.
Well, that is exploitation if you ask me. That is exploitation.
You
if they are not vegan and you force them to become vegan, that is exploitation.
You are forcing them to eat whatever food you want anyway. They didn't choose which brand of dog food you got from
By the way,
Tesco.
I don't have pets, so don't say I. Okay, I'm saying those who have pets, yes, most of the people, they love the pets. That's the reason they keep pets. But if you're going to force them on a diet which is not natural to them, that is abuse.
I don't care what's
and that
natural.
is exploitation.
I don't care what's natural. Do you eat milk? That's not natural.
To what?
Do you drink milk? That's not natural.
I drink milk, yeah.
Yeah, that's not natural.
Why did your mother produce milk if it wasn't natural?
Me eating human milk is natural, sure, but I'm talking about cow's milk.
I don't know about eating milk. I drink
Well,
milk,
you can
and
eat
you
it
drink
if you
milk.
put it in
Okay.
cheese, but you can drink it.
Now, look. Whether you like milk or not, that's different.
It's irrelevant
okay?
whether I like it.
But look, I've told you this from the very beginning. If you want to be a vegan, nothing wrong with that. Yes. If I want to be an omnivore,
There's a victim to your choice.
wait.
Someone is suffering
No.
and dying for you for an unnecessary reason.
You can call it
They
victim.
are screaming
you can
in
call
gas chambers as we speak.
Gas chambers.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
So the gold standard way for killing pigs in the UK and Australia.
They use gas chambers to kill goats here. Since when?
Pigs, I said.
I don't eat pig anyway.
Okay, well, the way we kill other animals are better.
Okay, look.
In the
I am against animal
you clearly
suffering.
don't know what's happening in the industry.
Listen,
so,
no, I do know.
No, because if you did, you'd be vegan.
The way they treat the animals in the animal industry, in the food industry here, is atrocious. I totally agree with that. Okay, what they're doing to the animals doesn't mean that everyone becomes vegan. Okay, if you use that line of argument, then yes, I can say you have some justification. But if you're just saying as a matter of principle, then you need to stick to the principle of the animals too, who are not vegans, but you're saying oh no, I'm going to feed them a vegan diet because that is the way, it's my principle, so I'm going to impose it on these animals as well.
No,
that's wrong.
I care.
To me, that is abuse.
I care about the consciousness, sentient beings. I care about suffering. Okay.
So do they.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And me
do you think a dog eating meat is thinking about what is nutritious for me, or it is thinking about the suffering according?
Instinct.
Exactly. So why are you forcing it when by nature it's only going by its instinct? Why are you forcing it? I'm saying, why are you forcing it into a vegan diet?
Because I don't want to cause.
Would you agree to a vegan diet for the pets?
Omnivores, and omnivores means that you can eat plants and you can eat meat. You don't have to eat both.
Yeah, but you cannot say don't eat. But you cannot tell them don't eat meat at all.
Dogs are scavengers. They are opportunist eaters. They eat what they come across. Okay?
No, I'm talking about pets. I'm not talking about the dogs.
talking about the dogs.
No. I'm talking about pets. The term I used was pets.
No, because you can't treat every animal in the same box.
I'm talking about dogs and dogs and cats as
It's a very
pets.
different diet to a dog because a dog is an omnivore and a cat is a carnivore. You can't put them in the same.
So what would you feed your cat if you had a cat?
I don't have a cat, but if I had a cat, I might accept that I have to feed it some meat or some fish.
Thank you.
Because that is what they have to eat to survive.
Absolutely.
Yes, but we are
I totally agree with you.
Dogs are omnivores.
That's fine.
We have a choice, and we
Yes.
have a moral obligation to make that choice, where it reduces the suffering and harm to animals.
If you give a dog a broccoli and a steak, what do you think it'll choose? If it's an omnivore, right? What do you think it'll choose? Wait.
We're not
What do you
talking
think it'll
about
choose?
giving them, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, that's
because you
not-
see,
no,
they have a
now you're
choice
talking about their
to
taste
that
pleasure.
diet.
Why does your
So
taste
she
pleasure
said,
matter
I
over
will
life of
feed
an
a
animal?
cat meat. You know? Where will you get your meat from?
This is irrelevant.
Wait.
She hasn't even got a cat.
Where will you get it meat
I
from?
don't have a cat. This is a completely.
Now they're getting defensive. Why?
We're talking about you.
Why you guys are
We're
getting
talking
defensive
about-
all of a sudden?
We're talking about you.
Point.
How do you?
Are you? No, it's not irrelevant. This is something very real in our real world. There are people who have cats and dogs as pets.
You're saying
If
that
you have a
there are
cat as a
some-
pet, where do you think you'll get your meat from? Will you go hunting,
saying-
or will you go to the same supermarket that I go to?
You're saying that
I rest my case.
No,
you're
wait.
saying that
Look, I wouldn't get.
Take care, guys.
I wouldn't get. a cat.
You're getting defensive now. That's
Oh,
all.
wait, no, listen to me. Listen to me.
I listened to you already.
How
I
do
need
you-
to go get a coffee. if you
How
don't
do
mind.
you?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future inshallah, so consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.